Hi, I'm Leathur Rokk. Welcome to my channel. Today's a story time about 3 days and nights worth of parties here in Atlantic City. And the drama that ensues that you only really appreciate if you're sober, if you don't drink. Because when you are one of the few people who no longer drinks alcohol, and you're surrounded by so many people getting intoxicated, you can get quite a night of amusements. So one night, and a lot of marijuana had been smoked around. It's something about knowing that it's totally legal. I can't tell you what a different atmosphere it is knowing that people can do this freely. But people are still drinking. And at the end of one particular night, there was a guy, I gotta set this up for you, there was a Muslim pot dealer, and he does not drink, but he does eat pork, okay? And very, very cool person. And there's this drunken, serious alcoholic gay guy, and they ran in afoul of each other somehow, and the gay guy accused the Muslim guy of calling him faggot, and the Muslim guy accused the gay guy of insulting his religion. And you know, in 2022, nothing good can come of this. And I'm trying to act as a mediator, going in between the two of them and saying, you know, this guy's only being drunk. And even though I know darn well that both of them were right about the things the other had said. And it's so hard to be buddies with everybody, but you know what? The more I hang around certain drunks and I see how rude their behavior is, you got a contingent of people that hang out certain places, I won't say exactly where, and they take their empties and they throw them back behind them, and they get all this litter on the sand dunes, and you wonder why people have a problem with people getting drunk in public, and especially people who are homeless. And now the weed dealer is not homeless, but some of these other drunks are. I mean, the one guy was throwing trash at the weed dealer, and I was picking up some of the trash just because I was afraid that all you needed is one casino patron to mention the security in there, and they would go out there and they would take even, I don't know, these people aren't going to be happy until they get things chain link fenced, and all the places where they're sleeping under the boardwalk, they're going to have less places to camp out if they keep this up. So then the next night, now I never sit down when I go out and outside because I wear my mini skirts, right? But this one time I went to in front of the Tropicana, and there were no seats there except for the seats that people have stashed around. And one of my buddies, who will be nameless, he was sitting on this Chase lounge set up, and it just so happens I had some weed and I wanted to get him stoned, right? And he invited me to sit down, so he had me sit down. And you know the part of the Chase lounge where you rest your feet? I sat down on that, but I put my leather jacket on first before I sat down because I'm a germaphobe, you know. And it was balanced in a way because there was a bucket underneath it, so I couldn't break anything. So anyway, for a couple of hours, I ended up hanging out there with him and some different people. And it didn't occur to me to ask him exactly whose Chase Lounge this was. I figure when somebody invites me to sit down someplace, I figure I have permission, okay? Keep this in mind. So a couple hours later, one of my friends came by and he wanted to play some music for me on his cell phone. And unfortunately, a friend of a friend of a friend had come by with a boombox playing this really loud, obnoxious rap music. So there's no way that I could have heard what this guy was playing on his cell phone unless I got up and I walked not even 20 feet away. Keep this in mind. So I'm walking 20 feet up away from the Chase Lounge, which was in the middle, toward back of the pavilion in front of Tropicana, right? And I'm listening to the beats this person's playing for me. This whole thing did not take even between 5 and 10 minutes. I came back into the pavilion and I found out that somebody had thrown my leather jacket onto the ground. And I'm a germaphobe. That fucking pisses me off, okay? And also, I didn't see my tablet. Fortunately, I had actually stashed that in my, I have a big bag that I carry the tablet in my leather jacket and my YouTube stuff around. And, you know, things like my umbrella, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, everything was there. But the whole idea, I was gone not 5 minutes. And I was not unattending anything. And I was only sitting because I had permission. and have somebody go, oh, and then when I complained about the guy, he was this older black guy, but maybe he was younger than me and he just tore up, I don't know. And he was saying, you don't know who you're talking to. I was like, who the fuck is this? The only people that talk like that, or, he said, you don't know who I am. And I'm thinking, people who say that tend to be the insecure people, whether they are homeless people or whether they are famous musicians and rock stars and celebrities, they talk like that too. First of all, this guy sleeps underneath the pavilion in front of the Tropicana, okay? He sleeps under the fucking boardwalk, all right? What, he has some kind of pool? I came back at him with, I've probably been hanging out here since before you were born. I don't know if that's true, but he may be younger, who knows, I don't care, but I felt like I was threatened. He acted like I disrespected him. When you take somebody's property, like their leather jacket, and if you were to go and have it professionally cleaned, leather jackets are expensive. Now, what I did, after it was over, I grabbed my things, I walked away, it wasn't worth it. I wasn't going to let this steal my joy. I had such a good day, having so many adventures, sharing weed with people, and listening to good music and stuff. I was not going to let him steal my joy. But I did think maybe this would be one less place I'll have to hang out, because that was an important place for the social scene, but it turned out my fears were unfounded. And I was able to let everybody know what happened who didn't already witness it. But I went to the nearest casino and I got those antibacterial wipes that they offer so you could sanitize slot machines and things. And I wiped my leather jacket front and back, inside, outside, every crevice, every bit. I scrubbed it. So it's clean. But anyway, that guy, and then I found out his name, and there's some funny coincidences with his name and a certain family member I don't get along with, but I'll never forget the guy's name. I'm thinking, man, you fucked with the wrong bitch, is all I gotta say. But you know what? I'm not gonna let it get me down. So, okay. So last night, let's talk about last night. Last night I had such a good time. I had such a fun time from like 4:20 in the afternoon till like 2-something in the morning. I was outside. And I apologize to you guys. I was supposed to have a video for you, and I didn't because I intended to film one when I was out and about. But you know what? I was smoking a lot of weed. There was a lot of people involved. I had plans. I had big plans. I was going to have a live studio audience somewhere on the beach or the boardwalk or in a park like this. And by the way, this is Brighton Park across from the Claridge. But what ended up happening is this was powering down and powering down and powering down. And finally, in front of the Tropicana, where the statue of the bathing suit people are, the thing went dead. I went totally to zero power. I thought I had it until 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, guess what? I misjudged. So today is the video, what you're seeing is the video that I intended to film last night, except for now there's more adventures because of how it ended and all that. So anyway, the summer is definitely in high gear. Oh, I even ran into somebody with the beach raid. Noatrope.net. They have every full moon night. They're having on the Vermont Avenue beach, which is up that way, from 11 p.m. to sunup. They're having real great DJs playing rave, techno, dubstep, drum and bass music. If you like that electronica, oh man, you're not going to get sunburned. The music is going to be kick-ass. If it's anything like that rave I went to that I posted 1 or 2 snippets from a couple months ago. But they're the same people. I ran into them on the boardwalk last night. You know, with the summer and kicking in gear, everybody is coming out of the woodwork. So many people are coming in town. I ran into a friend of my mother's from when she was a Boy Scout leader years ago, years and years and years ago. So at the Kennedy Plaza, where they have live entertainment a lot of the week. So yeah, it's been fun. There's been some drama, yeah, and since I'm sober, I get to remember everything. You know, the weed is not making it so I don't remember the crazy hijinks we're having here. So anyway, if you'd like more stories like this, stay tuned to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe. When that bell rings, you won't miss anything. I like to take people on my adventures. Maybe some of my friends will be in the next one. Who knows? Talk to you soon. Bye.